Hello, Sagittarius. My name is Lynn Walden. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, which could be because you've been some of the highest watchers, and I thank you for that. This has been quite a spread of cards. I've decided from now on I'm going to read out what the cards are so that people can potentially put them together on their own combinations. You've got can't and won't. One is the language of a child. One is the language of an adult. Virtue. Do you appreciate somebody just because they are similar to you, or can you appreciate and respect somebody for maintaining their own values? Responsibility, the ability to respond. Compassion for yourself and everyone. And when you have the tendency to want to judge or blame, move towards compassion instead. Move towards the idea of understanding and curiosity, and that will help you move towards compassion. Structured free flow. Set yourself up a program so that you can keep aligned with these things that you want that we're going to talk about. Maintain a sense of humor. Humor. Choose. What are you choosing instead of happy or well, and why? And why not? Who says so? What are the internal faces that are reinforcing these rules, and can you change them? And smile full on. Does your heart reach your smile, and does your smile reach your eyes? Okay. Listen, Sag, I tell you, you are some of the most faithful people I've ever met. And when I say faithful, it's not necessarily in a Christian context or even a Buddhist context. You are faithful to what you believe. And very often it is God-centered. It's God-centric. Certainly, if not God specifically, then what I would say is spirit and spirituality-centric. And what I'm feeling and what I've seen so often with you guys, my goodness, is that you're so determined to manage things for people, to take care of people. And I mean, like, not just, oh, here, let me give you a cup of tea. I'm talking about, here, what can we do to rearrange things so that you can have this, move there, do that? Like, you're very devoted people. You were very devoted people as well. So what I'm getting with these cards here is like, please take care of yourself here. The thing that I'm getting with this is sort of a continuation of last week. But what you're being asked this time to do, I think more specifically, is looking at your own tendencies. Before, there was really a sense of external stuff that was having to go on. And I feel like this week actually is where you get to look at some of the areas where your responsibility has become a burden. And where did that come from? And can you let go of that? We all have certain people in our lives that have also very well formed values, ideas about what it should be and what it shouldn't be. We're not necessarily going to be in alignment with those people. But if we can choose to have compassion for where they've come from, then it's going to help us go a long way to not take it personally, which is really, really important, Sag. To not take the burden of somebody else's disappointment personally. And I think that's a big one, because I didn't know that was going to come out of my mouth at all. So look at where you feel as though you feel like you're letting people down, or they feel like you're letting them down. And really seriously, like, who says why not? Like, can't? No, won't tolerate, won't do. So That might have got a little confused in there because I had two streams of thought come in at once. So I'm going to reframe that, or I'm going to repeat. For those of you who are dealing with a person whose values are different than yours, but who is very determined that they are right. And when I say values, I mean it's just basically a code of behavior even, just simple as that. If somebody is telling you that, stand back and go, yeah, maybe I don't want to operate on those external rules, those rules anymore. They are no longer something that is internal to me. I do not value them. I have recognized what my own values are around this, and it's not that. So I'm not going to judge you or call you bad for that, but I'm also not going to take it on. Ha ha. Okay, maybe not the ha ha. Maybe that was just me. But really, like, you can have compassion for that person or that situation, but you're really being asked to please don't take it on. And when you notice yourself taking it on by feeling guilty, by feeling bad, by feeling like you need to explain it the 100th time, look at what you're thinking and say, you know what? I think I'm going to choose to look at this differently. I'm going to choose to look at this as an experiment that is about me being able to drop something, for me being able to live from my heart and say and respond to what I feel and what I want, as opposed to feeling as though I have to live by a set of rules that somebody else has programmed into me. That is no longer what I believe, or no longer right for me. So choose. It's so important. Choose compassion, choose humor, choose to challenge those things that are coming at you that are no longer part of your values. And really stay in touch with your heart. Because when you're in touch with your heart, you know those values are true. You know they're right. You don't have to figure it out. I know you're a fire sign, you're thinkers, you like to think, you can do great thinking things, but you don't need to overthink this. The overthinking comes in when we're not confident in choosing our values over somebody else's. So I would say, take a chance on choosing your own. Be compassionate when challenging others as much as you can. But this is about you. Why not? Who says? Set yourself free from the internal rules that say no. Set yourself free from the external faces that you imagine enforce these no's. Take note of what and who they are, but then say yes to yourself. And of course, it might be the other way around, where they're saying, yes, do this. And you get to say, no, I can't because I don't want to. How about that? Sagittarius, you are wonderful, good people. You are devoted. You're hardworking. Lighten up. Get some humor going there. Try to drop whatever responsibilities are truly not yours. And the ones that you need to fulfill, please try to find a way to do it where you're looking at it as you can change how you deal with it. It doesn't have to be the way you've been told you have to. You can adjust. You have the ability to respond, which is how they speak about it in A Course in Miracles, and I love that. Responsibility often feels like a burden. A Course in Miracles, however, defines it as the ability to respond. This implies freedom and choice rather than a necessary duty to be performed out of an unwanted obligation. How does your perception change when you look at your current responsibilities with this new definition? And compassion. And you're getting, with structured free flow card, for me, when that comes up in the midst of all of this, it's saying, set yourself a structure within which you can be aware of making choices in your favor, where you are choosing to challenge the internal voices that are getting in the way of your well-being, and to stay in alignment with your heart and in touch with your heart. So set yourself something up for that. It might be reminding yourself about this 3 times a day, every hour. You might want to put a clinger on your phone or put Post-it notes up. Stay in touch with your heart and choose for you, for your values. And try to do it without guilt. Because it seems to me like every Sagittarian I've known has taken on the weight of their entire family. So, and if not their family, often their organization or their group, the ones that they're leading. But very often this sense of, you know what I mean, Sag. So I'm going to leave you with that. I think this can be a great week because I think it really gives you a chance to get into feeling good about the choices you're making that are in alignment with yours and not some of the people around you who wish it were otherwise. Okay? Take care.